Dear friends, welcome to Success Talks with Suren. This edition, we have a very good friend, one of my mentors who has influenced and transformed my life here to have a live webinar. He's none other than the founder and CEO of Thyrocare, Dr. Velumani. He's the need of the man art because he's in every news channel. If you open, you will see his face. He's the man who's fighting COVID from the front lines and he's here for the live webinar. Welcome, Dr. Velumani, for the Success Talks with Suren, your opening lines.
Thank you, Suren. It's always a pleasure to be in your events. And first time I am on an online event. And I am sure all your fans, my fans, all of us, all of them are very eagerly waiting to understand where are we and what will be tomorrow. A lot of questions could be there, but let us understand what could be common issues, and I believe you have a list of questions to ask. We'll be very happy if this question covers the majority problem.
That's the intention, Dr. Velumani. That's the intention, Dr. Velumani, because I have lots of friends, family who have been reaching out, not knowing what is going to happen. So before even we go to the business side of it, I want to ask you the first question because you're on every national television. A lot of people are fearful. So I want you to tell, should we really fear COVID or what is the exact status? How bad is this pandemic? Can you give us a little short view on that first before we start?
I think I must tell all participants that this particular pandemic is fairly safe. In other words, it only harasses, it doesn't kill. Let me tell you, India is a huge population, 1.3 billion. Only today it crossed 100 deaths. For this bigger population, 100 is too small a number. So government is worried about, was worried about, and still continuing to worry about. Too many getting infected in a shortest period of time will give rise to too many people needing hospital facilities, and we don't have that many hospital facilities to handle COVID. COVID needs ventilators. Now, ventilators was not a routine use in a hospital, and the total ventilators in the country are far less in number. So government felt that a lockdown is necessary, and government felt making people scared is necessary. Actually, we should have had lot of information, but unfortunately we had lot of intimidations, and that has resulted into mental stress, lot of challenges. In fact, I'm worried about the mental health of the children who are not exposed to what is life all about. I'm 60 years old. First time I am coming across. For me, this is not truly a very big shock, but the children will wonder, will it come every year or every 5-6 years? Let me assure you, 1 lakh people will die because of COVID in 5 years period. Mind you, not less than 50-60 lakh people are anyhow dying in 5 years. So don't ever think that this COVID is going to make your life hell. There were too many illnesses, so many lifestyle disorders have been making hell for you. This will add to the hell. Full stop. Please don't think that this is something which will completely wipe out. As I said, if 1 lakh people in India die, it's a very big number, worrying, but 1 crore, 1.35 crore is 1%. 13.5 lakhs is 0.1%. And 1 lakh is 0.01%. Relax. डर डर के नहीं जीना है, जीना है. Is that clear?
Thank you, Dr. Velumani, for the insight. And I want to tell the audience, what I love about you is your punchlines. You've come on my stages for 25-30 plus time and you're famous for your punchlines. So I want you to keep the punchlines going.
Good. It will be there for every question. I will try to give a punch.
That I'm very sure of. Okay, let's dive into the questions. I want to start with this first question because I'm from a very humble background. And I know you're from a very small village near Coimbatore, took a one-way ticket to Mumbai, and you built such a big empire. The reason I'm asking this question is you always say that poverty was a blessing. Can you elaborate on that?
See, I have been telling in almost for the last 4 years, not less than 400 talks. On all talks, I always told frugality is power. Poverty gives you confidence, courage. And let me tell you, I have a very clear definition of success. Success is delta, and delta is equal to x2 minus x1. X2 is where you are today. X1 was where you were that day. And for a poor man, X1 is 0. And there is no downside for 0. Poor man has power. Let me tell you, village and poverty both are most powerful concoction. And one gives energy, another gives stamina, both together gives you courage. So I always believe, had I not born in a village today, I will not be roaring in the streets of Mumbai. I think that power comes because of A, poverty, B, frugality. And if you guys by any chance were lucky, that means you had seen poverty. And if you have not seen poverty, you will not find it that easy to comprehend, because empty intestines gives you the power to enjoy every phase of life. I think I have given a punch there. The punch is, when you are poor, there is nothing to lose.
That's a very, very powerful state. And there's a reason why we're having this conversation, because for most business owners, it's a time of uncertainty. And for once, they have the delta X0 kind of happening. So can they see this as a blessing in disguise so that they can reinvent themselves, re-innovate themselves through this? What is your take on it?
Suren, you know, Japan is a very powerful country.
Yes.
You know how it gained that power? It was because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Entire world, there is no one suffered as much as this country suffered.
Yeah.
This was around 45 years back, if I am not wrong. Let me tell you, every adversity brings the best out of you. If you are knocked down and if you don't get up, you didn't deserve to stand. And if you are knocked down and if you can bounce back, you are the power in the country and the world. So Indians will be very powerful. Even in India, those companies which had a very good, sound, fundamental business, efficient business, will be very powerful. And those individuals who did not have too much of EMI, too much of borrowing, too much of spending, today is the time. The COVID will teach how frugality gives you sufficient time to stand and to gallop. So I would like to tell everyone that opportunity will be very big tomorrow. Guys, if you are small, you are intimidated by big. Now big is also small. So you can very well run very comfortably. So you have an opportunity, as much as I said, X2 minus X1. Your X1 today is something which will help you to reach to good heights. Be confident, be courageous.
Thank you, Dr. Velumani. And one more thing, we have been talking about frugality. I know you for the last 4-5 years, and I have invited you for lots of talks. Every time when you come for a talk, you insist that you come in an Ola or Uber. And every time you insist me, don't put a room in a 5-star hotel. Put in a 3-star hotel, because you believe, practice, and preach frugality. And I know your kids also, Amrita, Ananda, they all practice frugality. Can you please elaborate frugality here? Because since you're talking on the topic.
Four-wheeler is a four-wheeler. it could be 4 lakhs or 40 lakhs or 4 crore. For me, our four-wheelers are sounding to me four-wheeler only. Whiskey is a whiskey. If it is 1,000 rupees for a 750 ml or 25,000 rupees from 750 ml, I don't see much difference. So is a room. If it is 2,500 or 25,000, the room is room. Let me tell you, if I sleep in a bed in a hotel where it is more than $100, I can't sleep. I've still not traveled in any club class, business class. I want all to preach, all to practice, not to preach. And if you have taught frugality to your children, you don't have stress in your life. All your stress is only because you are a big consumer, only because you looking at you, your children have become bigger consumers, and you are wondering how long it will sustain. Trust me, man doesn't need too much to survive. This COVID gives you education. How much do you need per month to survive? Calculate. That is the basic cost, and teach that to the children. Frugality is very powerful. A man who is frugal is never scared of anything in life. A man who spends too much is scared of everything in life. Punchline.
Yes, Dr. Velumani, please keep it coming in. Okay, I just read the news today morning because this question is, I wanted to ask you a question on decision making. First time I met you, you told me about something about decision making, which I've never forgotten in my life. Every time I have a decision, I don't discuss, I decide. I want you to tell the audience. Before that, you slashed the COVID test from 4,500 to 3,500 today morning. And the whole industry is not understanding how you're doing it. Can you tell me about the decision and tell me how you decide so the audience know how do you do the decisions?
Let me start with the punchline. Profits are everywhere. Profits are everywhere. Pricing is just a philosophy, which means you price it high, you get less volume, you get some profit. You price it low, you have high volume, you have a huge profit. So many are worried about profits before they start the business. And let me explain you what is business. There are two words. One is costing, another is pricing. If you know how to calculate your business cost is not just in 1 lakh turnover, what is business cost? 1 crore turnover, what is business cost? No, 100 crore turnover when you reach in your business, what would be your business? Cost. Pricing is very simple. And let me tell you, if you calculate pricing for 100 crore to capability to calculate the cost. But let me tell you honestly, punchline, there is no company on this earth is closed down because they have priced it low. All the companies closed down are closed down because in spite of pricing it high, they could not control the cost. So work at low cost, and let me tell you, what is easy to do is not right to do, and what is right to do is not easy to do, and working at a low cost is not easy to do, and that is the right thing.
This Confusing? Is alone is a Bible for business. You need to repeat it again.
What is easy to do is not right to do, and what is right to do is not easy to do. Keeping the low price is right to do, but it is not easy to do. Please do what is not easy to do, because then only you will have a story to tell.
That is very powerful. That is really, really powerful. Can you also elaborate on decision and discuss, which you told me is a punchline I remember for life? Please go ahead.
In life, either you can discuss or you can decide. You can't do both. What we do normally, we discuss, especially with family members. Mar gaya. Once you discuss with your family, you can't take any decision. So what is important is the man who leads should take decision without discussing with people who do not have any expertise about that space. So I have taken in my life all my decisions by myself. And you know where from the power comes to take decision? Village, poverty, X1 0. When X1 is 0, you have nothing to lose. When you have nothing to lose, you take decisions. So fortunate for me, I took all my decisions, and let me explain you who takes decision, who finds it difficult to take decision. If I can own, I can take ownership of the outcome, I can take decision by myself. If I am dependent on only my father-in-law, then he only has to take decision. I can take decision. But then somebody has to take a decision. So if you discuss, you can't decide. And let me give you the punchline. There is nothing on this earth known as good decision. There is a decision, and make it good. Take a decision and make it good.
I remember you continue this and saying there is nothing like a good job or a bad job. There is a job, you make it good.
Good.
There is nothing like a good spot. Yeah, please, you tell that. That's powerful when you say.
There is nothing known as good job. There is a job, make it good. There is nothing known as a good spouse. There is a spouse, and then make it good.
For all your audience listening to this, this is something you'll never forget in your life. There's no good or bad spouse. There's a spouse. It's your duty to make it good. Thank you for that insight, Dr. Velumani. I've never forgotten that.
Suren, all married will not forget.
I agree. I totally agree with you. Now, having said that, okay, I still remember your story. Your story is you went with a one-way ticket, stayed in Mumbai, and you built this empire. Okay. And I've always seen your story as you reinvented yourself. You always reinvented yourself. You went into industry where you had no knowledge. Not only did you conquer, you're the number one in that industry. And you're always reinventing yourself. Can you tell the mindset? How do you have such a mindset? Because I believe today people, if they can tap into that mindset, it will help them to reinvent themselves in this challenging times.
Suren, fortunately, in my days, there was no Mark Zuckerberg, there was no Jack Ma, there was no guys. Today, every guy is thinking that I should be Elon Musk. You first add 1 0. You reach there, think another 0. Why do you imagine so many zeros? Somebody made a stupid statement, think big. Oh, no. First think next 0. Always keep thinking next 0. That's the journey. But having said that, Suren, it was not that I knew today where I am. I knew that I would be there. No. In Hindi, I will tell a punchline. There must be many people of Hindi being around. Nikal pado rasta apne aap banta hai. Which says, you start walking, you find ways. But if you think if I see the way, then only I will walk, you may never walk. So I had a clarity that once I am on the field, once I am in business, I will learn from business. In fact, I have no knowledge of what is business. I was a pure scientist. I knew how to play with molecules, how to play with blood and serum sample doing the test. But then this side was not known. I did not know what is the difference between debt and equity.
Wow.
There was nothing known as a word entrepreneur. There was nothing known as VC. Today, people are pitching every day. They are not working. Keep working. The investor will come and pitch in front of you. You have to have patience, and you can't dream of buying a Audi before you go to meet your father-in-law. Sorry, you have to have your own method of reaching. Punchline, you want to listen?
Yes, doctor, please go ahead.
Success is never a problem. Sustaining the success is the biggest problem. And if you see some success very early, you will succumb to it. So be careful. Success has to come when you are 45 to 55, not when you are between 25 and 35.
So that's a good insight for people who are watching here. The two topics which are very close to your heart. I'm going to go to parenting a little later. Before that, I know you have 1,600 employees and you have a very inspired employee population. Today, if you can tell us, because today we are in challenging times now, a lot of business owners are listening to this. How can we have an inspired employee in us? How can we have them committed and competent? If you can tell us that, it would be really great. I think there's a little video lagging with Dr. Velumani until he joins us here.
Question. And let me
I think the internet was a little unstable. I'm going to repeat the question.
I got the question. I got the question.
Please go ahead.
In the news channel, I don't allow the anchor to complete the question. So your question is how to inspire the employees.
Yeah.
I think children or employees, they only follow, they don't listen. So you only have to practice, you can't preach. So I fortunately have a wonderful set of employees who have grown organically. 25 years they are with me. For them, I am the leader. For them, this company is the company. And they have seen from where it has come where. Let me also tell you, this is a pandemic which will give very clear distinction between good employer and a bad employer. Also a good employee and a bad employee.
Yes.
So you care for your employees, the employees will care for you. So I don't say all my 1,500 employees are equally motivated, equally supporting, but I have got a battalion of around 500 for whom going house is not more important. Giving the reports to patient is more important. They have been driven with the values of patient first always. I think they see very clearly SAR is always around only for patient. And we should also be doing that. So I would say my employees have a higher level of commitment than many other my peers. And my involvement, my leadership, all those things probably are making them to follow me even without thinking. Making to people to follow, making the spouse to follow without thinking is trust creation. Please create trust.
So it is basically what we practice, they're going to follow more than what we ask them to do it. So that's the bottom line to start with. I know your age is 61. I know you're on the business. Everything which happens in Thyrocare, you're very aware of. I know you're extremely active in Twitter. You do a lot of talks. You travel. Now you can't travel because of lockdown, but normally. Where do you get the stamina? You always say about stamina. Can you elaborate that?
I think there is a punchline. I think even Tamil people will understand. So I will tell in Hindi. जिसका पास स्टैमिना होता है वो ना बाप से डरता ना बॉस से डरता. In other words, the guy who has a stamina is not scared of boss, not scared of father. To that extent, stamina is a very powerful ingredient. I don't say I have that stamina which I had when I was 25. Unfortunately, age is dictating a lot of terms. But having said that, I have worked in the field. You have asked a very sensitive question. I have walked behind bulls for an entire day in a hot sun from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with a 15 minutes break for lunch.
Wow.
Now, this is not one day. I've done for 15 days in a stretch also. Walking. Trust me, I am sitting in an air-conditioned room, swinging chair. Why stamina will not be there? I said in the beginning, we talked in the beginning itself, what is the power of poverty? The poverty is power. Listen to me carefully. Poverty gives you stamina, because if money comes, stamina goes. Poverty gives you courage, because money comes, you have a fear of losing it. And poverty gives you delta, that is x2 minus x1. The poverty is one reason why I have today such a capability to move around. One more thing very important. You must be thinking, now you are not poor, you have a lot of bank balance. How do you continue to have that stamina? Shall I tell you? If that money gets into your head, you lose stamina. So don't become rich. Punchline. Money and honey sound similar?
Yes.
Honey is collected by honeybee. Money is collected by moneybee. Tell me what happens if honeybee falls in honey?
It will die.
So
Same
is
thing.
moneybee. And if you are not fallen in honey, the bee has enough stamina?
Yes.
Here, I have stamina.
So that's the root cause of why you still have stamina wherever you go. Because though you made money, it has not gotten to you and it's still detached. It's still there. That's why.
But I don't have that stamina I used to have in 25. I don't have that stamina my mother used to have in 75. That's the difference.
That's the difference. Yeah, that's because of a lifestyle travel. Okay, I have one mantra of yours which I still follow, and I love the way you say it: focus, learn, grow, and enjoy. I would love to tell if you can share it to the audience.
Yeah, I think this is very important. You did talk about the word focus. I will continue to talk first about focus, and then we'll come to the sequence of 4 words. The focus is mother of all success. The world has only 2 kinds of people: one who is succeeded, other could not focus. Be it college, be it marriage, be it business, everywhere a man who doesn't have a focus cannot enjoy, cannot succeed. If you all want to know what is focus, let me tell you: one thing at a time in your brain. Full stop. One thing at a time in your brain. Many of you guys are listening to me, must be parents. Let me tell you how to test the focus of your children. Very simple test. If they sit down with a book and if they don't get up for 30 pages reading, they have focus. Number 1 test. Number 2 test. If they write and if they can write 10 pages at a stretch without getting up for anything, these 2 things are there. That means your children have focus. They will never suffer. A man with focus will never suffer. He can write a story, he can write a poem, he can write a script, and he can make money. Ability to focus is ultimate. So having said sufficient about focus, I also want you to understand, I didn't do entire healthcare. I didn't do entire hospital business. I didn't do entire diagnostics business. I didn't do in pathology, entire pathology. I focused only on biochemistry. I am very successful. So the word focus is ultimate. And I want all people who are not doing well to review, am I focusing? I have met many of the people whenever I come for your events. Majority of them are doing 3 business, 4 business together.
Yes.
And if you ask them, why are you doing 2, 3 together? Sir, if one fails, other will be supporting. Then everything will fail.
Yeah.
Punchline. If you have a plan B, plan A will never work.
Right.
So keep focus and keep one thing in your mind at a given point of time. Then if you don't focus, you can't learn. In college or in business, guys, I did not know what is business. I learned all business after coming inside the business. Today, I am running a listed company. After the arrival of COVID in the last 30 months, what I have learned, I have not learned in last 30 years. So the learning is important. To learn, you need to focus. So focus, learn. Without learning, you can't grow. forget it. Growth will never come without knowledge, and learning only gives knowledge. So focus, learn, grow, and enjoy. Life is not to suffer. Money is not money. Money, if there is all money and no fun, there is no enjoyment, it makes no sense. You are born not to become rich, you are born to enjoy. So focus, learn, grow, and enjoy. Please don't change the order, because it's a very often people like in these 4 words the last word. So that would be calamity. Trust me, these 4 words have to be in that sequence only.
I love this mantra of yours. Focus, learn, grow, enjoy. I love it, the way you put it. And I know you're very passionate about parenting. I know you're very passionate. Yes. We have a lot of people listening who are parents. Can you just sum it up? What should they do? You already said they have to practice. They have to be models for the children. You already told that. What else can be done?
I will tell you, I am today a replica of my mother. My mother, in her age or her time, today what I am at that age and that time are exactly the same. Only thing, she was not a PhD and I am a PhD. Full stop. So if I today focusing, I learned it from my mother, because she was struggling with 5 children, no income. Had she not focused, all of us would be probably doing some kind of ordinary work in the village. So her focus was to give children the graduation, and she really, really did it. My mother was frugal. She had children but no income, so she reared 2 buffaloes, and 2 buffaloes gave 70 liters of milk a week, 1 rupee per liter, 70 rupees per week. And trust me, with 70 rupees per week, she made sure all her children are Madras University graduates and Mumbai University postgraduate by one single word: frugality. That's all. Life doesn't need big money. Joining in big schools, costly schools, doesn't get you education. I studied in Panchayat Union, Arambapalli, Sultanpettai, Ondriyam, Appanaikamba, Tippudur school. So I don't think the cost of education is going to give you great education. Good values to be taught to the children. Children should know never hurt anyone. Children should know don't cheat anyone. Children should know that don't lie just because it gives you some temporary protection. Children should know how to take care of house, cooking, cleaning. Children should have an ability to live without a servant. They will never be dependent on anyone. Oh, I am having money. Why can't I have enough servants? Sorry about it. If you don't teach how to live on their own, you have to make too much of money for them, and still they may not truly enjoy. So if you ask me, parenting is very important, because children are copying only parents. All mistakes parents do, children will do. And please don't quarrel in front of children. And each of you tell bad about each of you. When the child is listening, he concludes both are very bad. So very important is make the child to think positive. Thinking positive is important. You can achieve, you are intelligent, you can focus, and you can make it large. This feeling should be created. But having said that, my mother never expected that I will travel to Mumbai and run a listed company. After some point of time, I understood the basics in place. Then courage supported. Knowledge gave me courage. And I want all of the listeners to understand, today I am big only because I took risks. Many are very scared of risk, scared of pains, scared of undergoing kind of challenges. I left Coimbatore to Mumbai. I didn't go to Chennai. I didn't go to Bangalore. I came to Mumbai, where Marathi was the different world. Risk. People told me, if you go there, Balasaheb Thackeray will beat you. But trust me, I am today friend of Uddhav Thackeray. To that extent, when you are successful, when you are positive, when you are looking and minding your own business, no one bothers. So risk was coming to Mumbai. I married a Bombay girl, which was a risk according to many in my village. That lady happens to be, fortunately, you know her,
Yeah.
happens to be such a wonderful person. Unfortunately, I don't have her around. Otherwise, she will stand behind me and watch me how I am talking. She was my best fan, biggest fan on this earth, who stood behind solidly this man. She trusted her spouse is the best brain on this earth. And that's second risk which I took, and I got a wonderful woman. And then leaving the government job is not always simple, because everybody knows, especially when you are from poverty, if you have reached to a stage of a kind of comfort zone, you would love to relax, sleep, and die. But when I felt some stage, life is only once. Why not I risk? And I came to Mumbai with nothing. My X1 was zero. When your X1 is zero, you risk very often, and I risked then. Then people are worried to take investors inside. I thought, why not? Why, investors means what? They share the pains and the pleasure. Equity means it is not only dividend. Equity means risk. They come and risk on you. You can't risk on yourself.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. So first risk on you, allow investors to come in if that makes sense to you. And then finally I went for an IPO. IPO is the biggest risk, because once you are IPO company, you are living in a transparent world. You cannot behave in the way in which you want. You have to behave fair in the interest of patient, employee, investor, and every vendor also. So I had nothing to hide. So I thought, why not? And I did it. But the bottom line is, if you don't take a risk, you will not have a story to tell.
I still remember you taught me romancing with risk. I will never forget that.
And Suren, it is very important. Many people come to my event after looking at the title Romance with Risk, but they felt that it is risking with romance.
So let's clearly tell the audience, it's romancing with risk, not risking with romance. Let's get it right.
Absolutely.
Quick question, Velumani, after building Thyrocare today, your IPO, I'm sure you must have gone through a lot of challenges. Can you tell me your biggest challenge in building Thyrocare and how did you overcome it?
See, biggest challenge, I will tell you, there is not one or two. There are too many challenges. Very difficult to tell which is the biggest, but I'll tell you what was the biggest. Yeah, Madrasi doing business where Marwadis and Gujaratis can only do business is a big challenge.
Yeah.
People are not willing to believe, Madrasi, how can he do business? That is how Mumbai was, responding to me. A mathematician doing a pathology, wow, what is he thinking about himself? Second challenge. The third challenge, a scientist, entrepreneur, what nonsense. That's the third one. So if you look at it, all these things are the background challenges. Then you have to get an employee. When you are branded, there are 25 people every day standing in the gate. When you are unbranded, you have to go and find where you can get people. So that's the problem. Making brand is another problem. Many people spend a lot of money in creating a brand, but the business model, if it is good, it becomes a very powerful brand. And funds is a big problem generally in conducting businesses. For me, fortunately, fund was not a problem. I was frugal. And Suren, it is very important to acknowledge here, some of the families are struggling to keep frugality only because the spouse is not believing in it. So my case, I was already frugal and my wife was more frugal. A very unique combination which made this business to run. I want all listeners to understand, Velumani personally has never borrowed. Thyrocare as a company had never borrowed and has no borrowings. And that is the power of running a business. And you don't have to dilute your equity just because you want to buy and upgrade your car. Please scale up. And if you want scaling up, go for funds. If you want spending, guys, I want all of you to listen. Today I am getting more time. Otherwise, Suren gives me only 30 minutes and gives a signal in one corner telling that it is up, and his movement I have to watch. Today I am not watching.
Today you have all the
because,
time, Dr. Velumani. Please go ahead, all the time.
Because Suren's bill is not going up thanks to the Zoom chat. And let me tell you, I wanted to say something, but I then got diverted. What was that I was talking, Suren?
You're telling that you should spend based on how do you build the company fundamentally, where you just don't give equity to buy a car. Building the company in the right way.
Yeah. I wanted to tell what is the difference between expenditure and investment.
Yeah.
Listen to this very carefully. My children wanted me to buy a car. And when they want to buy a car, according to them, they won't buy a car for them, but they think dad is a hero and he is, equivalent to big guys. So he must at least buy a car which is at least half of its cost. And they know that I won't accept it 1/4 of the cost. So finally, they submitted a file after receiving all quotations. Otherwise, I will reject it. It will take too long a time. Then 4 quotations. Finally, they have narrowed down a Collis Innova 2011, 20 lakhs, negotiated. I have to just write a okay, it would have been bought. I kept the file aside. After 2 years, GE Wipro comes to my office. GE Wipro sells medical cyclotron. Each medical cyclotron is 25 crores. So I negotiated for 20 crores. And I signed the agreement before noon, 2 hours. So my children asked me on the lunch table, Dad, 20 lakhs rupees worth car is waiting for 20 months. 20 crores could not wait for even 2 hours. Can we know what is the reason? I told one is expenditure, another is investment. I want all the people who are listening to this show to understand, if you can differentiate when you cut a check or when you swipe a card, whether it is an expenditure or investment, you will never have to work too much. You never have to have too much of stress, and you will be living in heaven, not in hell.
What you just said now is priceless, Dr. Velumani. Next time, I'm going to give you more time when you come for a seminar so that you can cover this also.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Suren.
One more thing. See, I know you came from a small village from Coimbatore, and today you built an empire, and you're worth thousands of crores. You've achieved everything you thought would ever be possible. Now, what keeps you going now? You've accomplished all your dreams and goals. What keeps you going now?
I am a bullet, and I am at the maximum speed. If I stop, I will collapse. Have you understood what I'm talking?
Yes.
Momentum.
Yep.
Momentum. So I have to be that bullet which was not stopped. It may fall down one day. So I am not today planning to work and trying to work. I am working because that is the way in which I have enjoyed working. There are 2 kinds of people. One who enjoy working, other is anyhow in the hell. So I have fortunately enjoyed, and today I can't stop enjoying. So my mind says, if you could reach here, if you keep focused a little more, today you have 1,500 employees, can you add a 0? That's all. So I'm a man of mathematics.
Yes.
I look at zeros, and punchline is, if you can count zeros, you are the hero. So just to count some more zeros.
So that keeps you excited and going on because you just want to do more.
Excitement is inherent in me. Fortunate for me, I'm a very positive thinking man. In fact, in news channels, everybody talks negative. When you talk negative, TRP goes up because everybody is gluing at your television. I go and I do some kind of positivity spreading, and I believe that is very important. When a man is threatened, he can't work. A man is insecure, he can't work. If a man is panicked, his family cannot live in peace. So whatever comes, if everybody tomorrow have to die, let us die. Not worry about it today. You have to be careful. You need to be away from it. You can understand. You must avoid the contact. But I think there is nothing known as getting scared and sitting with negativity and suffering out of it. So I'm a man of positivity. And I want this positivity to continue with my immediate next team, and then next layer and next layer. And when I'm enjoying Suren, if I'm not enjoying, I think I would be relaxing. I, in between, was enjoying and coming and addressing a lot of people on the stage. Now I realize that I can do it even without traveling, and you can do it without much spending. And I will be very happy if I can sit in one location and manage to reach to thousands and thousands of people. And I am extremely happy that you are my fan, and like you, a couple of fans I have got who make me to communicate, energize, empower, motivate entrepreneurs. And I want to tell guys, create jobs. I know half of you in this audience are employees. And punchline, जो काम करते हैं वो बुड्ढे होते हैं, जो काम कराते हैं वो बड़े होते हैं. So if you keep on working, you won't become bigger. If you work for 15 years, and if you know how your boss took work out of you, now if you don't know how to take work out of others, you are wasting your life. Work for 15 years maximum. Learn what is business, what is customer, what is brand, what is supply, what is demand, what is logistics, what is HR. Oh, there are enough. But if you are one, once again, there are two kinds of employees: one who works, other who thinks also. So I wish all the guys who are working somewhere, please think also. It doesn't cost you. It makes you very powerful. Once you start thinking how your boss becomes richer, and what and all strategies he is adopting, what and all things he gives priority, and if you can do that, you will be creating jobs. You don't have to create jobs for 10,000 people, 100,000 people. If you can feed 25 people, and if 25 people can get salary till you die, you have achieved a lot of things. You have contributed to the society. Trust me, feeding intestines is the best, great fun on this earth you can have. Before I close, let me also request you guys, don't put on Facebook what that exotic item you are eating or you are cooking. The entire country is in such a big stress. There are people around you who probably did not have their previous day dinner also. They may not, you need not travel hundreds of kilometers. Please feed, if possible, 1,000 people before this lockdown is over. God will keep your future very safe, very secured, very blessed. And this is what my wish is.
Before I ask you the concluding question, I have a rapid fire before me. I don't think anybody has ever asked you this question. So I'm going to do a rapid fire with you. Okay? Are you ready, Dr. Velumani? Let's go for it.
Yes.
Your daily ritual. What is your normal day?
Get up the phone, look at the WhatsApp, and go to the toilet first. Then next 1 hour, 2 hours newspaper. And then you want to listen to the punchline.
Yes.
Files, mails, smiles. Files for control, mails for connectivity and fast communication. Smiles is for enjoying life. Next.
Your favorite book?
Newspapers only. My books, I read a lot of newspaper. I don't follow any book because I don't follow any individual. In a book, he writes his philosophy. My philosophy is different. I don't agree with that philosophy. Newspapers have a lot of knowledge, lot of information, and I am addicted to newspapers.
I know you have a lot of punchlines. One favorite punchline of all your punchlines. What? One favorite punchline.
Your rapid round is over.
No. It
will come on the way. Go ahead.
I know you have a lot of friends helped you. Do you have any mentor in your journey? Any one person you can name who's a mentor for you?
Shall I tell you? One mentor is danger.
Okay.
I want you to understand it. Very interesting one. Once my wife, she saw me, laughing, smiling with many girls. She was very happy. I asked her, "Why are you so happy with I'm friendly with many girls?" She told, "You are fortunately friendly with many girls, not with one girl." You understand what I'm talking?
She's a smart lady, I know.
Yes, mentors, you should have many, not one. Learn from every mentor. Don't keep one mentor. And if people ask me, "Can you be my mentor?" I tell them, sorry, because if I am your mentor, you will make the entire world know that I am your mentor. And if you fail, it will be an embarrassment for me. In this, in business, you only have to run it. Come to me with 10 questions, I will answer.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Next.
Of all the travel places you've done, your favorite destination?
Yeah, I think one of the punchline has come. Let me tell you. Since you ask mentor, very often mentor is not taken as mentor. Mentor is used. Mentor is not followed. So the punchline is, lead me or follow me. Don't confuse me.
That is very powerful. Extremely powerful.
Right?
Lead
Very
me or
often
follow
people
me.
do it.
Don't confuse me.
It is working even with spouse.
Yes, I would agree. I would totally agree. Your definition for dedication?
Nothing else. Only that.
Wow. Your definition of entrepreneurship?
Create jobs.
That's it. Create
Continue
jobs.
to create jobs.
Okay.
Okay. Let me teach you what is business. Have more people than needed and keep all of them engaged.
Wow.
That is entrepreneurship.
That's a new innovative way of putting it.
Yes.
Keep
more people than needed. All entrepreneurs, if they need 6 people, they are the 5th and they keep only 4.5.
Yeah.
If you need 6 people, keep 10 people and find a job, find a proper engagement for the remaining 4. That's growth. Why people don't grow? Cutting down the cost is not business. Increasing the turnover is business.
For all your business owners, that's a great insight. The way you need to see and plan for scaling up. That's a great insight. Dr. Velumani, your hobby. Do you have a hobby?
Yes. Standing on Suren's events and half an hour creating a huge impact.
Yeah, I know. You love talking on stages.
I've become addicted to it. Yeah, I have become addicted of it. But then, if Suren asks, sometimes I say no, because I have to travel for entire day for the 30 minutes of fun. So I am doing more in Mumbai. Now with lockdown, I am only on, what is that? Video chat.
Video chats. You're on video chats, television channels.
Zoom chat.
Right. But okay, though it's rapid fire, I want to add something. Whenever Dr. Velumani comes for a talk of mine, he does a 40-45 minutes keynote, and you ensure that you're there till the end, meet everyone, answer the question, and you go back. That is a great quality, Dr. Velumani. None of my trainers have done that. Thank you so much.
Let me tell you in my own way. For every host, I tell them, book a room in that same hotel. So when I reach to the venue, I know I am the only man in this hotel. All the remaining people have to travel. So I am there till the host feels it is time to go home. And now if he doesn't go home, and if I don't go now, the host may leave me to pay the bill. So then, having said that, I must tell you, all other keynote speakers think that their time is very precious. They get back to their living room and sit and watch television. I am a keynote speaker who feel I can learn more from directly interacting with people and making them to ask questions and responding to them. Trust me, my 45 minutes talk is only 20% of my energy. The evening networking is the more powerful as energy. I enjoy both 90% of the time, and I relax then get up the next day morning and pick up a early morning flight and reach. By the way, I missed the flight when I came to you.
I remember last time, December 10th event, you missed the flight next day morning. I know, that's a different story for a different webinar.
I know.
Your favorite movie?
Movie.
One movie. All-time favorite.
I would have listed many movies of Rajinikanth. I'm a great fan of Rajinikanth. But then if I have to honestly tell, the best movie is a movie which is in Hindi called Tare Zameen Par. This movie was by Amir Khan.
Amir Khan.
And he was talking about a child who was having some learning disabilities. And I had some challenge similar to that child. I was a colorblind boy. And the humiliation that boy underwent, I recalled all the humiliation which I underwent. And I cried a lot in that movie. That one movie was the movie where I will never forget in my life. I've seen it 3-4 times. Every time I saw again, I cried. Otherwise, rest of the movies are entertainments, fun, lot of, kind of knowledge, energy. But that movie was a movie I lived my life in that 3 hours. So that was my best of the movies. Even American could not produce one more piece like that.
Like that. Your favorite food?
My favorite food, fortunately, there is a punchline which is coming, which is important. If you eat for your intestine, it's only $2 per day. If you eat for your tongue, it is $10 per day. If you eat for your eyes, it is $20 per day. And if you eat for your nose, it is $40 per day plus 28% GST. So this is the cost of, food or life or whatever it is. I have been enjoying always omelette, more so because now I am reducing my carbs. Thanks to Shiny, who has made me to understand in the food what is carb, what is protein, what is fat. Though I myself was a chemistry graduate, I learned it only after understanding that carbs don't do good. So nowadays I am on egg. I think eggs are wonderful food. I want all the people who are listening to increase their egg consumption as much as they can, because that's a safe, hygienic, nutritious, most powerful food. So I still enjoy Suren Vada Pav, which is the Mumbai's
food of Mumbai, yeah.
burger, or 4 bread pieces and 2 omelets. Trust me, I am still at $2 bracket. I have not gone to $40 bracket.
I know you will remain at $2. I know that for sure.
That's it. Guys,
Okay.
I want all of you to understand, whatever is the quantum of money you have got, your length of your intestine is same. The rich don't have larger intestine, longer intestine. And also, just because you are rich, you can't have the second dinner for the evening. Make sure you create great jobs and make people to live their life with dignity.
Okay, your last rapid fire question. Your story is a great masala story, which means It's got humor, it's got romance, it's got rags to riches story. So I know for sure one day a movie is going to be made on your story. Who do you want to play the hero?
Right. It's a good question, but that gives me another punchline. Message is more important, not the messenger.
Yes.
Anybody can act. What is communicated is very important. I don't need big heroes who charge tens of crores, even hundreds of crores. I want a very sensible, very communicating, and very ordinary man. And the message is very powerful. Director is more important. Hero is not important. And the script is more important, not the heroine. I think this, as I said, message is more important, not the messenger. And if somebody really can focus on creating a good script, I will be very happy to see that in the celluloid format.
I am sure one day that is going to happen. I'm really looking forward. It's been an honor to have you, Dr. Velumani, in Success Talks with Suren. Your closing remarks before we wind up. Your closing remarks.
Guys, I want all of you to first come to ground, relaxed, normal, which COVID will anyhow make you to do. It will take another some more couple of weeks to couple of months for you to sit in the office and resume business. I have only all of you, if you wish to learn more from me, you be in Twitter. I am less in Facebook, more in Twitter. And I have today only tweeted. There are two terminologies I have tweeted. One is DGH, another is DGO. Today under lockdown, we have followed DGO. Don't go to office. Is it clear? Don't go to office. Lockdown. So 3 months, if you don't go to office, nothing happens, provided next 3 quarters, you don't go to home. Is that clear? Going home will not allow you to regain what you lost. So be prepared, have energy, have stamina. Make sure that once the lockdown is over, you focus so much into that business. What you lost in a quarter, you have compensated in 3 quarters. That's number one. And number two, please don't chase money. Please don't chase wealth. Please chase creating jobs, creating business scales, and business will give you as much as you deserve. It will not give you as much as you demand. So my wish once again for the evening is take care of children. And children need to be guided, motivated, rightly put into thought processes which make them a good citizens of tomorrow. Number one. Please don't ignore parents. I am a bit concerned about the world being ignored. Trust me, in this society, there is something unfortunate happening. This can happen to you also. Parents get less attention, children get too much attention. Please make it equal. Parents deserve your attention. They loved you so much. They educated you with you so much of dreams and hopes. Just because now you have become busy and your business or your career is demanding too much of your time, please don't ignore parents and give good kind of support and respect parents and be with them, spend some quality time with them. They may not need money, but they need you to love them, care for them, and make sure that you strike a right balance with people around you, people in your ration card, and people working for you. All have to be balanced, and don't miss anything. Make sure everything is judiciously balanced. God bless all of you. Thank you, Suren, for arranging for this wonderful focus.
Thank you so much, Dr. Velumani. To all the people who are listening, I'll see you in another round of Success Talks with Suren. We have Jack Canfield, we have Brian Tracy, Dr. John D. Martini, all coming up. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Velumani. Have a lovely evening. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.